Hello dear students. Today we are going to start the one more new chapter, that is Heredity and Evolution. In this chapter most of the portion has deleted for this year. So the portion which is for your syllabus for current studies, that is an illustration which is including the heredity and genes, just for your information what it means, and the acquired and inherited species, their characters. So here we are going to learn about what is mean by the heredity and what is mean by the genes. That is a just basic thing just to understand that, because whole chapter is not for syllabus but some little portion is there, so it will just better understanding just to understand what is heredity and genes, then you can easily understand a further portion. Okay, so here heredity means what? See guys, we have learned or heard this word, that is inheritance. Is it the inheritance or transmission of the genes? Is it in the reproduction chapter? Because it is mostly related to those things only. Okay, so here the whole chapter is based on the genes. Okay, so what is meant by the genes and all these things we will see after heredity. So heredity is the process by which the features of an organism are passes on from one generation to the next generation. So first of all, see, transmission of a characters are nothing but indicates the which type of a genes are going to be transferred from parents to the offspring. Is it? So same thing about the heredity, the whichever the features that carrying that genes, that nothing but a characters which is going to be expressed in that baby or newborn one. Is it? So that is nothing but a passing from one generation to next generation. Generation means, suppose your grandfather's generation, then your dad generation, then yours, then your child generation, all this nothing but a, from generation to the next generation some of the characters will be get pass. Is it? So those characters are nothing but in the form of a skin color, hair color, body structure, height, other body organs development. All these are nothing but the carried due to the genes only. So that is nothing but a heredity. So the whole process, that only called it as a heredity, the transfer of particular features of an organism from one generation to the next generation, that process is called as a heredity. That process is called as a heredity. Okay, so next is, this process is done only by the genes and which defines the characters of the organism. So the heredity only done by the help of genes. Without the genes nothing going to be transferred in the offspring, and no any characters are going to be shown without the genes. Is it? The gene is only responsible for showing a character, that may be height, that may be skin color, that may be whatever the features in human body and other. Okay, here not only we are talking about the human body, okay, and the human beings, here included all the living beings, those are well developed. For example, like plants, all varieties of our plants, and our animals and human beings, all are included here. Okay, so because they having a whole well developed body parts and organelles and everything they having, so this type of things categorized under them. Now see, the genes only responsible for showing the heredity. So now what is mean by the actual the gene? It is a functional unit of heredity. So whenever we use the word functional unit, this is very main thing, central dogma. Why? Because while learning the nephron and neuron, is it, we always says that those are the functional unit of brain and the nervous system, normally we can say, and the nephron is nothing but a for the excretory system. Is it the same for the heredity process, for the transmission process, or for the forming a newborn baby with getting a better successful transmission? that is nothing but done by a functional unit, act as a functional unit. It is known as a genes. So the heredity's functional unit is the gene. It is a small unit. Okay, so now here every gene controls one or several parts or the particular characteristics. So what happens here, there are number of genes. Okay, so out of them can show the same characters, means that can control the same characters, means for example, suppose your facial color. Okay, and you can see that for your nose and any portion of your face having a same color, is it means that it is controlling the same unit. But if it is very varies, it means that there is something genes problem, or something, there is a different genes are working or controlling on them, is it? So next, that is the about genes and the heredity. So next part is that, which is the main one, that is acquired and inherited species. We have just learning the heredity and genes, it is not included, but for basic information, just to understand the acquired and inherited species or the characters. Okay, so now we are going to see here acquired and inherited species with their proper examples, so you can better understand. So now acquired characters. What is the acquired character? Acquired, this word always comes when you initially take a birth, from that period to the till the end. Okay, this word can always come with the acquired immunity. Okay, by birth. Acquired is nothing but the by birth. So here acquired characters are nothing but the traits. The traits that are acquired by an organism over the period of its lifetime are formed or the termed as acquired characters. So see, the traits, we will see what is mean by the traits, so you can better understand. The traits that are acquired by an organisms, okay, over a period of time, it's for a lifetime. It is termed as acquired. Just I have told you, acquired, this word always come for the by birth. It means from the birth time till the lifetime. Now what is the trait? See guys, the trait is the characteristic features, that is nothing but a genes which express, is it, characteristic features of an organism that may be in physical form, or that is invisible, or that may be in a psychological aspects of the organism. So the acquired characters are nothing but shows both in physically we can visible those characters, or some of the characters are hidden. Hidden means by those are actually we play by our mind, or we can apply the mind for solving some things and on thinking some things psychological. Okay, we will see the example. So now here the acquired characters are may or may not be get transferred to the next generation. See guys, some of the characters are there, they can transfer from by birth or they may not. So just I can give the example of, just I will talk the acquired immunity. Immunity means a immune system inside our body, which is we acquire from by birth from our mother, or sometime as we live our life like that by using a nutrition, uh, utilizing a nutrition, we used to develop our immunity. Those are the different type of a immunity. Okay, so acquired type of immunity, whenever suppose a mother is strong and baby which is going to be, she going to be give a birth, that is going to be become as a very weak one, is it? So why? Because the characters which having their mother, that is not going to be transferred in that baby. That's why there are some hidden one. It means that may not be, these acquired characters may be or may not be transferred. So that is the main thing of acquired characters. So we definitely cannot say that the acquired characters will transfer or will not be transferred. Okay, so that will get visible after the baby has get developed properly. Okay, so these are the some examples. So next is examples, just to understand that which is a better one, means by physiology, psychologically how it is, and by physically how. So call uses on fingers. So means some of the peoples having the double finger on their attached as a on their hand, is it, or that maybe to the feet also having a double finger, the same one. Next is that is a large muscle size. So large muscle size they may be having from by birth, means we cannot say by birth, as the development happens that will be acquired, but by the doing continuous exercise that is also get acquired. So next by psychologically, see guys, thing like where we have to hide something. Okay, suppose one animal if you having as a pet, at that time you think that it is something that is harsh condition, or you wanted to hide him from someone, and you having a fear that someone will eat it or someone will hunt it, is it, at that time you think and you try to be hide it, is it, it means that you are thought is processing on, and you are decided that you have to hide that animal, is it, it means that some thinking you having and you used to be show one express, is it, means expressions means you used to take one decision on that particular situation. So that is nothing but by the physically, like that this situation whenever we handle or whenever you see in someone's mind or in someone's character, that is nothing but a acquired, that is nothing but a psychologically which is hidden, we cannot see it, is it, psychological things we cannot see it, what is the in front of person is thinking and what he is going to be do, is it, but physically whatever they do, whichever they used to express, those things we can able to visible, we can see it and we can tell, is it. So this is about the acquired characters. So next is that is inherited characters. Inherited, we have already repeated these words in reproduction chapters. So these traits means inherited characters traits always get transferred to the next generation, but depending on the dominance or recessiveness, it may or may not be expressed. So same thing is here again repeated, but the two words are new one. The whole chapter is based on the recessive and dominance, guys, because the inheritance or the genes which shows their characters, which is hidden one and which is expressed one, those only get shown by the dominance and recessiveness. Okay, so according to the Mendel's law, and he has put forth so many laws, okay, 4 5, according to that the dominance and recessiveness is already present in a particular product, guys, that maybe he has given example of green peas. Okay, not only about the green peas, there are the so many things surviving on the earth, that may be any flower, that may be human beings, animals, they having a recessive and dominant character. Okay, dominant means which is going to be shown as a visible, just I have talked to you. Recessive means which is going to be hidden, but that is already present. Why? Because the dominance having that much of power to express themselves. Okay, they can suppress the recessive characters. Recessive means which is hidden one, they can suppress it. Okay, so now here this trait always get transferred to the next generation, but depending on the dominance or the recessive. If that character is very stronger one, it is going to be visible one, that only can be transferred. And if it is a recessive one which is going to be hidden, that may be or may not be transferred. It's depending on both dominance and the recessive character. So now here examples. Suppose height, skin color or eye color. Height, skin color or height color. So dominant and recessive always shows that skin color, height, that may be for any flower, that may be for any fruit, that may be for human beings, animals, whatever. Okay, and the eye color, that those all nothing but related to the inheritance characters. So in the initially the reproduction I told you, transmission or inheritance is a transfer of the genes or the characters from one generation to next generation, that may be expressed in the form of skin color, height, or the eye color, or different features whichever we having a, that may be a very special one, or that may be a common one. Okay, those are nothing but characters. So there are the two types of the characters or the species, that is nothing but acquired and inherited. Okay, acquired is nothing but having from initially till the lifetime, but inherited can be transferred or cannot be transferred, but it is depend on the dominance and the recessiveness of that feature. Okay, so there are we seen the some examples, so hope you can understand easily. So for any doubts and difficulties you can ask me anytime. Thank you.